Hello everyone. My name is Emily. Welcome back to the third middle grade Monday of June. It's very exciting that there were 3 Mondays that we could meet together. This Monday we are going to talk about one of a common, most loved middle grade author, Jennifer A. Nielsen. I have read quite a handful of her books and I've loved the majority of them. So I'm going to talk about 5 that I have recently read and really enjoyed and have recommended to kids that I work with, and they've loved them. So these are tried and true. The first one is called Words on Fire. We follow a young girl, Audra, in Lithuania during the Russian Cossack occupation. And during this time, all books were banned. And so Audra and her family have to kind of smuggle books to different places. You follow a bunch of rebels, and as they try to, cherish these books and hold them off from these Cossacks. So it's very interesting read. Her historical fictions are not for the faint of heart. Now I say that in the respect that I wouldn't give these to like a 7-year-old. Definitely more for like 11, 12 and up, just because they are so intense and impactful and like fast paced, and it's very history rich, if that makes sense. I've read quite a few of her historical fictions, and I would say that across the board. The next one is a World War I historical fiction, and it's really interesting because it follows 5 different young people from different parts of the world, all doing different missions for the war effort during World War I. So this is Line of Courage. So we follow Felix from Austria-Hungary, Kira from Britain, Juliet from France, Elsa from Germany, and Dmitri from Russia. So all of these kids have specific roles and different things that they are doing for the war effort, whatever side they're on, and they intertwine, and it's so interesting the way she's woven together all 5 of these storylines. It's actually kind of masterful, if I remember correctly. I've actually given this to a 6th grade girl that I am working with at the school that I work at, and she loved it. She absolutely loved it. So definitely a good one to look into. The next one I just read during March, and that was Iceberg. We follow a stowaway on the Titanic. And I've said this previously in past videos, so you can go check that out. But when you are reading a Titanic book, you know what's going to happen in the end. That is part of history. We know exactly what happened to that, the ship itself, but also the people on board and sort of the calamity that was the Titanic. I loved the way she wove together not only the story, but the historical facts, and she made it not all about the Titanic. I've read some that it's truly about the ship sinking, and it's like, oh my goodness, this is so boring. Yes, horrible, but I want more character, not, oh, look at the ship is going down, type of thing. I loved our main character. She was spunky. She wants to become a writer, so she investigates and she starts talking to different people on the ship, both passengers and workers, and she gets into a little bit of trouble, and she finds some bad guys and she has to thwart them, but then everything is coming to a head as the ship is sinking, and oh my goodness, it was really, really well done. I loved it. Now, the next 2 are the first 2 in a 5-book series. This is The False Prince is the first one, and The Runaway King is the second one. I read those during college, and I absolutely loved them. I'm rereading them so I can read all 5 books. So you could add all 5 books into this, but I just did the 5. Anyway, in The False Prince, we follow Sage, who is an orphan and who gets bought basically by this cabinet member of the local kingdom, and Sage realizes that something is amiss and that Connor isn't exactly who he says he is, and there are a bunch of different orphans involved, and then they have to kind of fight for their place, not only in Connor's house, but their place in the kingdom as a whole. The ending, if you've never read it, was like, kapoof. Anyway, I remember being completely flabbergasted the first time I read it. The Runaway King just follows exactly where we left off in the first one, and it's wonderful. Pirates are involved in this one. Really, really, really good. The third one is also well done. I haven't read the fourth and the fifth one, but that's a problem for another video. Anyway, those are my recommendations for Jennifer A. Nielsen. She's a great author. I'm excited to read more of hers, both her fantasy and her historical fiction. What is your favorite Jennifer E. Nielsen book, or just your favorite book in general? Comment down below. I would love to talk to you guys down there. And all of these books will be linked in the description box, so check that out if you are interested, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye!